This is the Sheffield of today, a city of great diversity and contrasts, home of some of the biggest players on the world stage, home to a talented and adaptable population, a fresh and vibrant city that's as much about innovative power as industrial heritage, a place that's intensely proud of its past, but fiercely progressive and fearlessly pioneering. Sheffield is turning steel to gold, with clusters of successful new businesses capitalising on the unrivalled research and development expertise of Sheffield's top universities, forging ahead with a formidable reputation in IT, advanced manufacturing, customer contact centres and medical technology. England's fourth largest city is thriving. Once again, making it in Sheffield makes sense. Just as the city once hosted the knowledge which gave it preeminence in steel and cutlery production, where made in Sheffield was the envy of the world, so today the transfer of technology from Sheffield's universities is creating cutting-edge enterprises across the city.
Why Sheffield? A lot of graduates, a lot of engineers. The company I work for, Fluent, they have a high intake of engineers with graduates, PhD type students. We have to recruit from those people from that background.
Sheffield is an absolutely unique area given its existing cluster of medical companies. For example, here in Sheffield we manufacture some 50% of the world's orthopaedic implants, and we probably manufacture the vast majority of the world's scalpel blades.
Sheffield is a manufacturing city. In fact, we get most of our steel, 95% of it, from Sheffield. And I don't think people use the name Sheffield, England enough, and I think that has a magic throughout the world, really. People often ask us where our products are made, and when we say Sheffield, England, that it is synonymous with quality.
High technology businesses have chosen Sheffield first as the centre for their international operations. Businesses like Arizona-based Insight Enterprises, whose £50 million investment in a new European headquarters in Sheffield is the largest ever inward investment project to the Yorkshire and Humber region.
Insight is a direct distributor of computer products business to business. We chose Sheffield because of the workforce available here. Currently we're going to be looking for our number one resource, which is salespeople, but we're also going to be hiring computer programmers and application programmers for our ISP and our development company. We're looking to add about 1,700 jobs into Sheffield, and our cash investment should be upwards of £50 million. The city regeneration project was very important to us, and as well we believe that it's very centrally located. Again, has a great talent pool, and we want the people to stay in Sheffield. It's a very vibrant, fun city.
Fueled by these successful businesses, Sheffield has transformed into an oasis of opportunity for inward investment.
Well, there are a great number of reasons why we have chosen Sheffield. First of all, Sheffield is geographically ideally located in the heart of England or in the heart of the UK. Sheffield is our group's manufacturing base for many, many years, and we have an experienced and very skilled workforce, I would say the best in the world. And Sheffield, through its hospital trusts and universities, is providing us with a lot of input and stimulation as far as research and development projects are concerned. And that's important for the future of not just our organisation, but of every healthcare organisation.
If asked why come to Sheffield, we would enthusiastically say it's got to be the infrastructure, the location within the countryside, there's workforce availability here, The universities are producing very high quality people, and that is a very undersung asset. Sheffield has an immense amount to offer to the region and to the country as a whole.
Together, the University of Sheffield and Sheffield Hallam University are at the forefront of learning techniques and technologies, turning out 12,000 graduates each year and providing a knowledge pool of highly skilled engineers, scientists and technicians for new technology businesses to draw from.
The University of Sheffield is a leading international research university. It's been established for almost 100 years, and its strengths are across the patch, but particularly it's noted for its science and engineering excellence. A very nice thing about Sheffield is simply what a pleasant place it is to live in. Not just for staff and people like me, but the students love it too. In fact, they love it so much, we find it difficult to get rid of them when they graduate. They all want to stay here and find a job.
We pride ourselves on three things: our expertise, our creativity and innovation, and our customer focus. An example of the first is the extent to which we produce work-ready graduates. We're measured on actually how many we produce per year in terms of an indicator on employability. And in the most recent survey, about 93% of our graduates were employed within 6 months of graduation, which is pretty good going. About 600 of our graduates per year decide to stay in Sheffield, again, which is good news for Sheffield.
The prowess of Sheffield's universities is matched only by their popularity, with the Virgin University study declaring unequivocally that Sheffield is the most popular choice of destination for students. And after graduation, they stay.
One of the characteristics here is that many of our undergraduate programmes are of a sandwich nature. So students are used to working in the local community, regional community. So they get to know Sheffield and what it's like to work here. Secondly, Sheffield is a very vibrant city, very attractive to young people. It's also got the hills around it. So for all those reasons, people want to stay.
Attracted by the bustling lifestyle and vibrant culture of a cosmopolitan city teeming with possibilities. In every respect, Sheffield has become the skills-rich city, with a dynamic population boosted by the finest training and education, and skill levels way above the UK average, brimming over with knowledge, ability, and talent. Sheffield really is the city in which to do business.
Why Sheffield? Well, of course, we looked at a variety of locations in the UK. We looked at Merseyside, Kent, Southern Ireland. Why did we come down on Sheffield? Well, the range of criteria, as you can imagine, particularly we needed an accessible, available, relevant employment population. And as you know, in Sheffield there's 2 thriving universities. I believe they have a particular record in terms of retention of graduates staying to work in the locale. And that was important to us. And it's so close to the M1, close to the city centre, right on the tramway. We're delighted. It's been a fantastic decision for Dixons. Worked out really well.
For all businesses, work is an important part of life, but not all of it. Most of us work to live, and in Sheffield, life is for living. Here is quality of life in abundance. Sheffield is set in a hinterland of breathtaking beauty, the only UK city with 1/3 of its land area set in a national park, the Peak District. And you can choose a home to fit your lifestyle as good value housing abounds, from Victorian to new build, from riverside apartment to country cottage. And as for education, we've got some of the finest schools in the country. Few places compare to Sheffield for leisure activities and simply having a good time. The highest ratio of cinema screens to population in the UK, the Lyceum, City Hall, Crucible theatres and delightful restaurants, clubs and bars all contribute to a lively social scene. The Don Valley Stadium, Sheffield Arena, and Ponds Forge Sports Centre with its Olympic standard swimming pool are simply world-class in their stature, with the arena regularly attracting the world's leading popular artists and sporting stars. Add to this Meadowhall, one of the most popular shopping centres in Europe, with some 12,000 parking spaces attracting shoppers from hundreds of miles around, and it's clear that Sheffield is in a league of its own when it comes to leisure and culture. The most centrally located city in the UK, Sheffield lies at the heart of the motorway network, bringing a workforce of over 1 million people to within 1 hour's drive time. Sheffield also provides a gateway to European trade, with easy access to the Humber Port Complex, the largest in the UK. Investment in rail infrastructure has brought London within 2 hours of the city. Manchester International Airport, the UK's leading provincial airport and worldwide gateway, is only 35 miles away, whilst Sheffield City Airport has daily direct links to domestic and European destinations. The economic rebirth of Sheffield over the last few years has been dazzling, and yet the city is still only crossing the threshold to the opportunities which lie ahead. Sheffield provides the highest level of funding available anywhere across Europe for potential inward investors. An imaginative package of central government and European support has been compiled to attract and grow dynamic companies and successful economic clusters. And the world-class Sheffield brand is supported by an organisation dedicated to providing a world-class service for potential investors. Sheffield First for Investment provides a seamless service for businesses looking to make it in Sheffield.
There is an awful lot of interest in Sheffield at the moment. Just in the last 12 months we've had over 1,000 inquiries coming into this agency alone. If we were able to accommodate all of the companies that were interested in Sheffield, we would have filled up over 20 million square feet of office and industrial space last year.
Well, our aim is to put the customer first, to do everything we can to identify his needs and meet them with the help of all our partners in Sheffield. And we have many, many qualities to offer, including probably the best package of support and financial incentives that can be found anywhere.
The Sheffield of today is moving forward into the future on a tide of innovation and investment. The world is waking up to Sheffield, a city that delivers, wherever you are, whatever you need, whenever it suits you. Sheffield is making it, because Sheffield means business.